TSB has taken down its mobile app and online banking service following a botched IT upgrade and apparent data breach. Well, the announcement was made by the company's chief executive, Paul Pester, as part of a personal apology following days of disruption that has left account holders in the dark over their finances. The chair of the Commons Treasury Select Committee, Nicky Morgan, told Sky News she's written to the bank demanding an explanation.
Well, we've asked TSB a series of questions. We'll wait for their answers. If necessary, we can obviously summon senior management, Chief Executive downwards from TSB to come and give us evidence. We will contact the Financial Conduct Authority too. I'm sure they will already be on the case and very interested. And then, of course, there may well be wider lessons to learn for the security of online banking, which we're all being encouraged to use more and more.
Well, Paul Pester joins me now. Paul, good evening to you. What do you make of what Nicky Morgan said there?
Well, we've just completed the biggest bank migration in Europe. So we've moved 5.5 million customers off of the old Lloyds platform onto a new platform. And for the vast majority of customers, in the vast majorities of ways, the bank is running smoothly. Now, I'm not trying to downplay some of the issues we've had on our digital channels, but it's very specific. Our website and our app have been unable to cope with the large number of concurrent users that we've seen. There are no issues on security, let me be crystal clear. There are no issues on data. There are no issues on any of those sorts of aspects. This is about enough bandwidth in our platform to cope with the number of users we have simultaneously. So we've taken the app down, we are making some fixes, and we expect it to be up again soon.
So were these systems not tested adequately prior to the migration?
Well, we've spent 2.5 years building a new banking platform. We had to move off the Lloyds platform. We had a 10-year contract. You'll remember that this all came about because of Lloyds having to divest TSB. The testing was very extensive. We have had 9 different cycles of taking data from Lloyds, running it through the new platform. It's very hard to actually recreate exactly how customers are going to use the platform. In terms of direct debits, standing orders, debit cards, credit cards, payments, all this stuff is working smoothly. We have an issue on the ability to manage enough customers online simultaneously.
So when are you going to have the online services restored?
I'd love to think they will be up very soon, potentially as we're speaking, Ian, but certainly this evening I would like to see them up. What I have said to the team is don't bring them up until they're ready. The last thing I think our customers want is for us to say everything is now working. We obviously apologise for this, but everything is now working. Come and log in and then find issues. So I'm desperately trying to get to a point where this app and the website works reliably for our customers.
So potentially this evening, but possibly even into tomorrow?
I'd love to have it this evening. We are working 24/7. As I say, this is the biggest bank migration Europe's ever seen. We've moved 5.5 million customers, 1.3 billion pieces of data from Lloyds. We have our teams working on it, and I'd love to see it up and running this evening.
What about the penalties that you face now? I mean, the FCA is probably going to be rattling the bars on this. RBS, when they had a similar data breach, were fined £70 million. Are you braced for similar sort of punishment?
We haven't had a data breach. What we have seen is our website not being able to cope with the volume of traffic we're having. Now, of course, we're talking to the FCA, we're talking to the PRA. Both the FCA and the PRA have been involved with us on this journey for 2.5 years as we built and tested our new platform. So they're very familiar with everything we're doing, and of course we're keeping them right up to speed.
You've said that everyone will be compensated who's lost out on that.
Yes, I mean, let me be crystal clear. Any customer that is out of pocket as a consequence of our issues, we of course will put them right. There's a link on our website, so if the customers go to our website, our public website, which is running very smoothly, there's a form they can fill in. Please let us know. If you tweet at us, we of course will try to respond by Twitter, but you're much quicker getting hold of us through our website.
And what about, but I mean, that could even include potentially people whose house purchases have been derailed. I mean, you could be looking at some large individual payouts here.
Our mortgages have been running very smoothly. We have no trouble whatsoever completing our mortgage applications. Our mortgages have been running on the new platform for several months now. So mortgages are not a problem, ATMs are not a problem, debit cards are not a problem. Just to be clear, all these payments are running very, very smoothly. It's about getting access to the website and our app and serving enough customers simultaneously.
our heads going to roll for this?
Well, all I'm focused on at the moment is serving our customers. You know, TSB has made a fantastic reputation for serving customers. We're the most recommended high street bank in Britain. We're here to try to break the stranglehold of the big five banks, which we think have been shortchanging for consumers for far too long. We look forward to launching into business banking, so we are focused on our mission to bring more competition to UK banking.
What about your bonus and those of other executives? Are you going to suffer financial loss for this?
That's a decision for the Remuneration Committee and the board. That's for them to figure out. What I'm figured out is providing a great service to our customers.
Well, you could volunteer to forego it yourself, couldn't you?
I don't decide it anyway. It's up to them to decide. So the board will decide, the Remco will decide. What I need to focus on is providing outstanding TSB service to our TSB customers.
What are the lessons, do you think, that have been learned from this, or is it too early to say?
Well, you know, one of the lessons is just how difficult it is to really be a competitor in the UK banking market. The big five banks control between 90 and 95% of the market. We had to move off the Lloyds platform. We had no choice as a consequence of Lloyds receiving state aid. And it just shows how challenging it really is to take on those enormous big five banks that control so much of the market. We are using this new platform to launch into small business banking. That market is controlled by five banks. There is a lack of competition in those markets. I look forward to speaking to Nicky Morgan about what the Treasury Select Committee can do with banks like TSB to break the stranglehold of the big five banks and to actually make banking better for small businesses and UK consumers.
But after this, why should anyone have confidence in TSB?
Well, as I say, if you look at how the bank platform is working, for the vast majority of transactions, the vast majority of customers, I'm not trying to downplay the issues we've had, but for the vast majority of transactions and customers, things are running very smoothly. Trying to move 5.5 million customers, trying to move 1.3 billion pieces of customer data from one bank platform to another, and then flush it all through and have it working is very challenging. No one has done this before. I apologise profusely to our customers. It must be incredibly frustrating to hear someone like me saying, we're trying to get this fixed. Believe me, I want to get it fixed. But as soon as we get it fixed, we will bring TSB back to where customers expect us to be.